Eminem is one of the most legendary rappers in the game, and when it comes to diss tracks, he's also the most brutal. He's taking shots at everyone from Michael Jackson to his own mother, and today we're breaking them all down. Michael Jackson might have been the king of pop and one of the most popular artists of all time, but that didn't keep him safe from getting aired out by Eminem. On the track Just Lose It, M took shots at Jackson with the lines, "Come here, little kitties, on my lap. Guess who's back with a brand new rap? And I don't mean rap as in a new case of child accusations. And I done touched on everything but little boys. And that's not a stab at Michael. That's just a metaphor. I'm just psycho." MJ said the track was disrespectful and that M should be ashamed. But Jackson didn't clap back with his own diss. Instead, he just flexed on M and bought the company that owned the rights to all of his music. Eminem ended up getting his publishing rights back a few years later and got right back to sending shocking disses. Like the time he called his own mom out and said, "99% of my life I was lied to. I just found out my mom does more dope than I do. My Name Is" was M's breakout hit, and nobody had ever heard a rapper diss their own mom. He was just getting started though. Cleaning Out My Closet is an entire diss track aimed at his mom, and it's full of savage bars like, "But guess what? You're getting older now, and it's cold when you're lonely. And Nathan's growing up so quick he's gonna know that you're phony. And Haley's getting so big now, you should see her, she's beautiful. But you'll never see her, she won't even be at your funeral." Eminem eventually forgave his mom after sending shots at her for decades, but she's not the only woman in his life he's aired out on record. M's relationship with his ex-wife Kim is complicated to say the least. They had a daughter together and spent years in and out of a relationship, but on the Marshall Mathers LP, M wrote an entire song about killing her called Kim. It's one of the wildest tracks of his career, and in the final verse, he raps, "Haha, gotcha, go ahead, yell, here, I'll scream with you, ah, somebody help. Don't you get it, bitch? No one can hear you. Now shut the fuck up and get what's coming to you. You were supposed to love me. Now bleed, bitch, bleed." And on the track Till I Collapse, he rapped, "My thoughts are sporadic. I act like I'm an addict. I rap like I'm addicted to smack like I'm Kim Mathers." It's not always bad when he mentions Kim though. And on the track Bad Husband, Eminem even apologized for the way he treated her and said, "I'm sorry, Kim, more than you can ever comprehend. Leaving you was harder than sawing off a body limb." Kim isn't his only ex that M dissed though. Back in the day, Eminem was allegedly hooking up with Mariah Carey. She called cap on the story, so M clapped back and played voicemail she left him in front of his fans. Then he dropped the track Jimmy Crack Corn and said, "Your mind's on us like mine's on Mariah, and y'all are just like her, you're all fucking liars." In 2009, Mariah responded with the track Obsessed and said, "Saying we up in your house, saying I'm up in your car, but you in LA and I'm out at Jermaine's. I'm up in the A, you so lame, and no one here even mentions your name." That's when M took it even further and sent more shots at her and her then husband Nick Cannon on the track Bagpipes from Baghdad and rapped, "You don't know what the fuck you're doing. I ain't playing no fucking more. Nick Cannon, you prick. I wish you luck with the fucking whore." Nick Cannon clapped back in a deleted blog post and threatened M, but then the situation cooled off for years. It seemed like the beef was over, but then in 2019, M hopped on Fat Joe's record Lord Above and raps, "I know me and Mariah didn't end on a high note, but that other dude's whipped, that pussy got him neutered. Try to tell him his chick's a nut job before he got his jewels clipped." A lot of rappers wouldn't go after pop stars on record, but M even dissed Christina Aguilera after she went on MTV and leaked the info that he got married to Kim. After it went down, Eminem dropped a real Slim Shady and raps, "Lil' bitch put me on blast on MTV. Yeah, he's cute, but I think he's married to Kim. Hee hee. I should download her audio on MP3 and show the whole world how you gave Eminem VD." He also took a shot at Will Smith on the same track and said, "Will Smith don't got a cuss in his raps to sell records. Well, I do, so fuck him and fuck you too." M took another shot at Christina on the same album and rapped, "So I just throw up a middle finger and let it linger. Longer than the rumor that I was sticking it to Christina. Cause if I ever stuck it to any singer in showbiz, it'd be Jennifer Lopez, and Puffy, you know this." Puffy, aka Diddy, was dating Jennifer Lopez back then, and rumors say he wanted to send some goons at M after he dropped the line, "I'm sorry, Puff, but I don't give a fuck. If this chick was my own mother, I'd still fuck her with no rubber, and come inside her and have a son and a new brother." Diddy never responded to the line, but that wasn't the only time M sent a shot at him. And on the track Kill Shot, he even implied that Diddy's the one who had Tupac killed with the line, "But Kels, the day you put out a hit's the day Diddy admits that he put the hit out that got Pac killed." After Pac died in the middle of his war against Diddy in the East Coast, rumors immediately started flying that Diddy was the one who put out the hit on him. Some detectives who investigated the case think he was involved, but there was never enough evidence to book him. Talking about his girl was one thing, but Diddy was allegedly way more pressed about the Pac line. Joe Budden said Diddy told him, "There's nothing to say about it, it's in my hands." Nobody knows what went on behind the scenes after that, but M hasn't been taking any more shots at him lately. Dissing superstars has gotten him a lot of attention, but M's most savage disses are usually against other rappers, like when he aired out Joe Budden and said, "Somebody tell Budden before I snap, he better fasten it, or have his body bag get zipped." The closest thing he's had to hits is smacking bitches. Even though Eminem is known for destroying people in the booth, sometimes other rappers make the mistake of dissing him, like when Ja Rule said, "M, you claim your mother's a crackhead and Kim is a known slut, so what's Haley gonna be when she grows up?" Mentioning M's daughter was wild, and Ja pretty much killed his own career when he dropped the song. M and D12 clapped back with the track Haley's Revenge and aired him out with lines like, "Ja, quit playing, knock it off, you're not Tupac. You'll get pops popping all that shit you pop." And, "We don't take you serious, nigga, you shook. You half of a halfway crook. Get off X dick, go sing a hook, nigga." Then 50 Cent, Eminem, and Busta Rhymes dropped Hail Mary and turned Ja into a complete joke. First, M took shots at Ja for popping pills and rapped, "Some say my brain is all corrupted, fucked up from this shit. I'm stuck. I'm addicted to these drugs. I'ma quit. Saying motherfuckers' names before somebody fucks me up. Ain't no pussies over here, partner. See you in hell, fucker." Then 50 clowned him for not really living like he raps and said, "I got a head with no screws in it. Motherfuckers think they can stop 50, they losing it. Little nigga named Ja think he live like me. Talking about he left the hospital, took 9 like me. You live in fantasies, nigga. I reject your deposit." Ja and Busta Rhymes were tight back in the day, but after Ja dissed him out of nowhere, Busta hopped on the track and rap, "It's kinda funny. Wanna be Pac, wanna fake like you thug. Running around talking shit that we ain't capable of. Now let me off this cocksucker whilst we handle you, nigga." Ja's career never recovered from the beat, but he's not the only one who regrets taking a shot at M. Benzino owned the Source magazine, and M allegedly iced him out after the magazine ranked his Eminem Show album 4 out of 5. Benzino decided to diss him with the track Pull Your Skirt Up, and that's when M went off and dropped 3 crazy diss tracks. Benzino tried to clap back, but he couldn't compete with lines like, "If you was really selling coke, well then what the fuck you stopped for, dummy? If you steal some crack, you'd make a lot more money than you do from rap. You'll never have no security, you'll never be famous. You'll never know what it's like to be rich. Life's a bitch, ain't it?" Benzino got destroyed, and M had to take out his homie Cannabis too. It all started when Cannabis accused M of ghostwriting for LL Cool J. Then he started rapping like M's character Stan. M wasn't gonna take the disrespect, so he dropped the track Cannabis and rapped, "Hey mister, would you care to bear witness to the ass whipping I'm about to administer to this ass kissing little vaginal blister? Stanabis, little Marshall Mathers' sister." After M buried Ja for mentioning his daughter, everyone knew that bringing her up was a death sentence. That's why people were shocked when MGK called her hot on social media and dissed Eminem. And after MGK dropped the track Rap Devil, M clapped back with Kill Shot and dissed MGK so hard that he had to change genres. It's one of the craziest diss tracks of all time. And M told MGK, "You ain't never made a list next to no Biggie, no Jay. Next to Taylor Swift and that Iggy hoe, you about to really blow. Kelly, they'll be putting your name next to Ja, next to Benzino. Die, motherfucker," like the last motherfucker saying Haley in vain. The entire rap game heard Eminem air MGK out for talking about his daughter, but he's been killing other rappers over Haley's name since '98. Back then, an underground rapper named Cage was claiming that Eminem stole his style, so he dropped the track Illest 4-letter word and rapped, "I heard some blonde bitch walking through New York looking for Cage. I'll stab you in the face 10 times in the same place. Waste your little infant, see you thinking different." This was before Eminem was one of the biggest rappers in the world, but Cage still wasn't worth his time to start beefing with, so M just dissed him with the line, "I bought Cage's tape, opened it, and dubbed over it," then moved back on to taking over the rap game. One other dude who made the mistake of bringing up Haley was Everlast. According to rumors, Everlast was pressed that M ignored him in the hotel lobby, so he hopped on the track Eardrums Pop with Dilated Peoples and said, "Cock my hammer, spit a comment like Haley. I'll buck a 30 on ones that act shady." Everlast's crew House of Pain had just broken up, and his homie DJ Lethal left to join Limp Bizkit. M and Everlast sent a couple of shots back and forth, but then M ended the whole thing with a brutal track called Quitter. He aired out Everlast for falling off and losing his friends. Then he sent him a warning with the line, "Quitter and you bitter cause I came along, and the days of House of Pain are gone. And if you talk about my little girl in a song again, I'ma kill you, I'ma kill you." They eventually squashed the beef over a decade later, but Everlast wasn't the only one who got hit up over the situation. Limp Bizkit was supposed to be on Quitter, but at the last second they pulled out. M wasn't rocking with how they handled the situation, so he dropped the track Girls and raps, "I never had no beef with you corny son of a bitches, but but now the shit is broke and you can't do nothing to fix it. So I'm telling you now, motherfucker Limp Bizkit. They knew they couldn't compete with M in the booth, so Limp Bizkit never dissed them back. And Fred Durst even gave M props when he dropped his Recovery album in 2010. Limp Bizkit stayed quiet and didn't clap back when M started airing them out. But that's not how it went down with his next crew he dissed. Back in the 90s, a rap group named Insane Clown Posse had a pretty big fan base. M printed out a flyer for his release party that said ICP would maybe perform that night, even though he hadn't talked to them about the situation at all. M did end up reaching out to try and get them to come, but after they turned him down, he dropped the track Till Hell Freezes Over and rapped. The whole place fainted. I woke up with my face painted, spaced out like sci-fi TV. Fuck ICP, buy my CD. Is what I'm screaming while I'm handing out promo tapes of my debut. ICP clapped back with their own diss track, and that's when the beef allegedly went from records to real life. According to M on the track Marshall Mathers, the rest of D12 and him ran ICP out of a club in Detroit and shot up their whip with paintball guns. He said, ask them about the club they was at when they snuck out. After they ducked out the back when they saw us and bugged out. Ducked down and got paintball shot at their truck. Loud. Proof from D12 ended up squashing the beef right before he died in 2006. But ICP weren't the only rappers he was dissing back then. On the track Just Don't Give a Fuck, he took shots at a dude named Milkbone, Vanilla Ice, Pete Nice, and Everlast with the line, I'm nicer than Pete, but I'm on a search to crush a Milkbone. I'm everlasting. I melt Vanilla Ice like silicone. Milkbone tried to start a beef by clapping back on a Death Row Records compilation called Chronic 2000. He dissed Eminem on the track presenting Milkbone, and the entire project was a shot at Dre and his Chronic 2001 album from Suge Knight. M knew actually going back and forth would just give Milkbone more shine than he deserved though, so he just let it slide even when Milkbone dropped a second diss track. Just Don't Give a Fuck wasn't the only time M dissed Vanilla Ice though. On the track Role Model, he raps, my nerves hurt, and lately I'm on edge. Grabbed Vanilla Ice and ripped out his blonde dreads. Ice told Vibe magazine that he wasn't impressed with M's skills on the mic, so Eminem aired him out again on Marshall Mathers and rapped, Vanilla Ice don't like me. He said some shit in Vibe that spite me, then went and dyed his hair just like me. Everyone in the world knew that Ice could compete with M in the booth, but that didn't stop him from dropping the track Exhale and saying, you jibber jabber, bullshit flapper, wannabe rapper, fake mini-me like who? Marshall Mathers. Eminem could have destroyed Ice if the beef was real, but Ice let everyone know he was just joking and didn't want any actual problems. M has no problem starting drama by himself, but he's also always willing to hop in when his homies are beefing with someone. Back in the day, a producer and rapper named Jermaine Dupri told XXL magazine that he was better at making beats than Dre and Timbaland. Dre wasn't rocking with the disrespect, so he hopped on M's track Say What You Say and rapped, but what about Jermaine? Fuck Jermaine. He don't belong speaking mine or Timbaland's name. And don't think I don't read your little interviews and see what you're saying. I'm a giant, and I ain't gotta move till I'm provoked. When I see you, I'ma step on you and not even know it. Dupri clapped back at Dre and raps, all you can say about me is that I'm short, but my dough is long. Dr. Dre motherfucker, come on. See, I know you don't do half the work in the studio. Then he brought M into it and said, oh yeah, Eminem, I left you out deliberately. You know why? Cause to me you like a character in Disney World, known for dissing pop groups and Justin's ex-girl. Shit, don't nobody take you serious. This was all around the same time Eminem was beefing with Cannabis, and he clapped back at him and Dupri on the DJ K-Slay track and rapped, I've made beats for Jay-Z for free, page me. You need a beat, you Cannabis, then it's Dre's fee. You K-Slay, the fees waived. I stay beefing with JD till the day Dre two-ways me that it's okay to stop blazing them. Oops, I put it out. I apologize now. It's too late, G. It's on tape and the tape leaked. Dupri had warned Dre and Eminem that he would come back even harder if they responded, but after M aired him out, he realized he wasn't going to win the battle and the situation just died off without anything else going down. Eminem has been dropping wild disses since the beginning, but what he did in 2018 shocked the entire industry. Out of nowhere, he dropped the album Kamikaze and took shots at everyone. He brought up a lot of old beef on the record, but he also aired out a bunch of new artists in the game. First he went at Lil Yachty with, I can see why people like Lil Yachty, but not me though, not even dissing, it just ain't for me. Then he called out Lil Pump, Lil Xan, and other mumble rappers with the bar, Lil Pump, Lil Xan imitate Lil Wayne. I should aim at everybody in the game, pick a name. I'm fed up with being humble, and rumor is I'm hungry. I'm sure you heard bumblings. I heard you want to rumble like an empty stomach. I heard you're mumbling, but it's jumbled and mumbo jumbo. Charlemagne the God wasn't a fan of M's Revival album, so on Kamikaze he took a shot at him and said, Charlemagne gonna hate anyway, doesn't matter what I say, give me Donkey of the Day. Charlemagne wasn't the only guy not rocking with M's new records though. DJ Academics called Revival trash, and M clapped back with, and don't make me have to give it back to Academics. Say this shit is trash again, I'll have you twisted like you had it. Academics and Charlemagne weren't the only media dudes who caught shots on the album though. Back in 2017, before Revival even came out, Joe Budden said he thought the track list sounded like trash.
And from what I know, it sounds trash. Even though it didn't come with audio, we're looking at it and the common folk are saying, this looks trash.
And that's when M dropped his Chloroseptic remix and rapped, "Walk on Water sucks. Bitch, suck my dick. Y'all saw the track list and had a fit. Before you heard it, so you formed your verdict. While you sat with your arms crossed, did your little reaction videos, and talked over songs. Nah, dog, y'all saying I lost it? Your fucking marbles are gone." Then on Kamikaze, he took another shot at Budden with the line, "Somebody tell Budden before I snap, he better fasten it, or have his body bag get zipped." The closest thing he's had to his is smacking bitches. Budden was facing domestic violence charges a few years ago for allegedly choking his girlfriend, but the case was dropped due to lack of evidence. Budden didn't clap back on record, but he did respond on his podcast and said he had been better than Eminem for the entire decade. What's crazy about the whole situation is that before Budden retired from rap, he was signed to M's Shady Records label with Slaughterhouse. Obviously, their business deals don't matter to M though, because 2 years after Kamikaze, he took another shot at Joe on the track Lock It Up and rapped, "Now those days are over, scraping change in sofas, trying to save at Kroger. So why would I give a fuck about backstabbing Trader Joe for?" Last year, Eminem hopped on Conway the Machine Track's Bang and took shots at a bunch of old ops with lines like, "That was back when I smoked cannabis. Man, but it was tough, cause I was a fan of his. So it sucked to hand him his ass. But yeah, looking back on my feuds, how me and Ja Rule almost got cool, cause we shot pool back in 01. Was it 02? I don't know, but something told me fucking not to." Iggy Azalea caught some heat too when he said, "Compare me to Nas, Biggie, or Pac. Do not compare me to that Iggy bitch, or all this fucking Milli Vanilli hip hop. This is where all that silly shit stops." Bang popped off and had a lot of people talking, but the leaked version proves that M's issue with Budden still isn't over. On M's original verse, he clowned Budden for running away from the Migos at the 2017 BET Awards and said, "Cause all you're gonna get is an L, and smokes like a fucking roach. So we don't got nothing in common, not even a fucking cold. Or nasal tissue if it comes to blows. Wasted issue. Tell this journalist stick to the stuff he knows. Like always running from Migos." Eminem has always caused a lot of controversy with his disses, but nobody was expecting him to call out Tyler the Creator and use a homophobic slur on the line, "Tyler create nothing. I see why you call yourself a bitch. It's not just cause you lack attention, it's cause you worship D12's balls. You're sacrilegious. If you're gonna critique me, you better at least be as good or better." Then he followed it up by dissing Tyler's homie Earl Sweatshirt and rapped, "Get Earl the hooded sweater, whatever his name is, to help you. Put together some words, more than 2 letters." Kamikaze was full of savage lines, but this next one is what got most people's attention. Eminem and Drake have linked up in the studio before, but after the news broke that Drake was using writers for his verses, M aired him out and said, "You got some views, but you're still below me. Mine are higher, so when you compare our views, you get overlooked. And I don't say the hook unless I wrote the hook." Luckily for Drake, he decided not to clap back. Everyone knows what happened when he started beefing with Pusha T, and M probably would have destroyed him even worse if Drake responded to the line.